Panda Watch. Sorry, that's the wrong show.
That's the wrong show. Your P spiked out at the bottom. Be careful of that.
Oh, yes, lower P.
Spiky P's.
Okay, so once again, one of us has forced you into listening to this, the Meanderthals. Once again, you're not happy to be doing it, but you feel obliged.
But you're going to.
Yep.
Hashtag soz not soz.
Remember, likes and shares, subscribes. That's what we want. That's the sweet, sweet nectar we crave from you. What we're also going to try and do is keep this under half an hour.
Such japes.
Let's see how that fucking goes, eh? Right, so yeah, let's just get straight into it. Like, Trump.
Oh,
still
God.
Trump.
We're
still
still
happening.
talking about Donald
Sorry,
Trump.
guys. America, this is still going to be your problem for the next 4 years.
It's going to be everybody's problem.
Yeah. I was actually watching a thing today, which look, we all know Donald Trump has been, rectally annoyed, to use another term for being butthurt, by the fact.
I was so wondered where you were going there. Rectally annoyed.
That's what he calls it when he goes to the doctors. He's been annoyed by Mike Pence having things said to him by actors.
He's been annoyed by those liberal lefty actors.
Goddamn liberal lefty actors. But I was
strutting around, singing songs.
Yeah. I was watching a thing today which brought up a very good point, that this is the way that he reacts to someone calmly saying to his vice president that we're all quite worried. Can you just... All we want from this is for, you to work to make America better for everybody. And, that's it. Rodrigo Duterte, the head of the Philippines, refused to meet with Barack Obama because he said he was a son of a whore. What's Donald Trump going to do in that kind of situation? What is his response to you're a son of a whore? Barack Obama's just oh, well, yeah, it's a shame that we can't get on. I guess I'll just have to go do other presidential things. Donald Trump is just going to go on a Twitter tirade.
Live on CNN this Friday, Duterte versus Trump. The ultimate smackdown.
And he's going to obviously inherit the at POTUS on Twitter.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so...
I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, at POTUS with a big old Donald Trump mush attached. Yeah.
Okay, so for those people who maybe don't follow Broadway news, shall we back up a little bit?
I don't think anybody who listens to this isn't a thespian, personally. You've got to act like you want to listen to this.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
So, I think it was Saturday night. Mike Pence has tickets to go and see
Hamilton.
The hit Hamilton in New York, which is an amazing show apparently, and I've not seen it or heard any music from it, but it's a big deal in America at the moment, and it's about
it's the founding fathers, isn't it? But they're all played by people of different minorities.
Yes, yeah, it is, and it's kind of taking away the whitewashing from history. And so at the end of the show, at the beginning of the show, when Mike Pence was being seated with his family, there were a few cheers from people in the audience and a few boos as well, people who didn't really like him very much. And then at the end of the show, the cast stood on stage and they delivered a very short address. It's about 5 sentences saying, "Mr. Pence, thank you for coming to our show. We hope that you've taken on board some of the things that we've said today, and that you can represent us as the concerned population of America going forward."
Yeah.
They weren't pointing fingers at him.
Nope.
They weren't blaming or shouting at him. They weren't saying things like, "You're a scumbag. You need to do these things.
You're a mean one, Mr. Pence."
But in typical Trump fashion, Trump didn't see it that way. He did not. And of course he had... His way of phrasing things is so strange as well. "Very sad, bad sad, that cast of Hamilton, which I hear is very highly overrated.
Yeah.
Said such horrible things. They should apologise."
The more I see him type and hear him talk, I'm convinced it's William Shatner. And the more I see the wig, I'm even more convinced it's Shatner. Just for the breakup of bad, China, bad, very bad, overrated. Not me. I'm not in it, but if I was, it'd be the best play in the world. And I direct.
It's his best role in years.
William Shatner will deserve an Oscar after this 4 years as Donald Trump.
As Donald J. Trump.
Something I was also going to bring up was the fact that he's been making a lot of Reaganite rhetoric. I have a real worry that he's going to be bringing through the whole trickle down economics. Trickle down, if the rich get richer, everyone's going to get richer. Bringing in phrases, oh yeah, what we're going to do, we're going to be creating wealth for Americans, and we're going to be creating many millions of high-paying jobs. And you're creating those high-paying jobs by taking them away from very low-paying outsourced labour in foreign countries, bringing them into a country which is kind of just pulling itself out of a recession. How are you going to stimulate that economy to be able to find those funds? I mean, Detroit, where cars used to be manufactured and is thriving, is just destitute. It's dead. And like Flint, Michigan, can't afford pipes that don't carry water that doesn't kill you. I don't see where this money's coming from in a nation which is trillions in debt. Personally, but I'm no economist, unlike Donald Trump, who's only gone bankrupt 4 times.
Yeah, well, it's only technical bankruptcy. It's not like he was. It's not like he was in millions of dollars of. Wait, hang on.
Yes.
He was definitely in millions of dollars of debt.
I mean, I'm sure that when people get to see his accounts, that it'll
all be straightened out. Everybody will be nice and calm because they'll see his accounts and how he follows best accounting practices.
Oh yeah.
How he pays all of his taxes.
He's the best at following accounting practices. He's the best. He's number one. Numero uno.
No, he wouldn't say that.
Number one.
I'm the best. I'm such the best. So, yeah.
Oh, you also wanted to cover the Don's other newsworthy financial situation.
Yeah, this guy who's all the way through his campaigning was going, we're winning, we're going to be winning so big, we're going to be winning so much, you'll be sick of winning.
Bigly winning.
Bigley isn't involved in this one.
Bigley Brexit winning.
Bigley's off somewhere snaffling some cakes. He's all about winning so hard, winning every day. Charlie Sheen once took him to court about how much he was winning because he was like, no, you can't, I'm the winner.
Tiger blood. I have the best tiger blood.
I have the best in a vial. And he was also, speaking of vials, he set up a scam where he pretended that he was going to teach people secrets of the property development trade. Called it Trump University. Made a load of promises about how they could make money through Trump University. And it turns out it was a massive scam. And then when he was threatened to be sued in 3 different states, in 3 different suits, he constantly through
He was
the
wearing
campaign.
3 suits.
Yeah, all at once.
He must have been very warm.
Well, he does it, but I don't think it makes his tiny hands look any bigger. Because he's got like really big sleeves and hanging down from... Anyway.
He needed 3 gloves.
3 gloves.
Or 3 maces. Like mace gloves. Oh, nobody messes with you. Carry on.
So, he was insistent he was going to fight these cases and win them. And then he settled. He settled over the weekend. He settled for $25 million. Was the settlement for these 3 suits. And he also, during campaigns, I never settle because if you do, then more people come after you because you get a reputation for being a settler, like the whites did in America.
Yeah, I was going to say. You know who else was a settler? Yeah, white folks.
Got that reputation.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard to shift. So yeah, he's I don't know if I'm pleased and excited or disappointed that he's not keeping any of his campaign promises. Because on the one hand, thank God he's not doing his campaign promises anymore. But on the other hand...
Yeah, he's basically reneging on them all.
Every single one. On the other hand, it just proves how much of a liar he is.
Yes.
His spin for why he settled was excellent. Because he said, I want to focus on the important task of running the country.
Which is made to sound noble, when it in fact is, I'd really rather not be, like, the president
court.
and having this happen and the possibility of me getting impeached before I'm even in.
The other amazing bit of spin was he said they settled for a tiny fraction of the asked for amount. Well, they asked for 40 million and they got 25 million, and for those with calculators, that's 62%. That's not a tiny fraction, that's more than half. That's more than the votes you got in the election.
Oh snap. Woman got 2 million more votes.
Oh,
ow.
Let's not talk about that either.
Ow. Yeah, let's not go back to the popular vote and the old electoral college, because
Hillary Clinton 2 million votes up over Donald Trump at the moment.
Yeah, it's a rich tapestry, much like a bayou.
It's a rich tapestry, much like Donald Trump's hair.
Well, we kept that to about 10 minutes. That's pretty good. Okay, next subject.
We flew through those.
Indeed. Now, this is something I saw, which is going to be new to you. I was first attracted by the headline. It's funny and sad. Don't get me wrong. So, headline on Reuters. Monkey incident sparks clashes in southern Libyan city of Sabra. 16 dead.
I couldn't keep it in.
Yeah.
The headline starts with monkey incident.
Yeah. Now,
I'm sorry, this is a very serious topic.
Yes, indeed. So, long and the short of it is 16 people were killed, 50 wounded in a 4-day clash that started because of a shop owner's monkey pulling off a girl's headscarf. Yep. Now, basically, in Libya, since old Gaddafi has bit the old bullet, as it were,
Oh my goodness.
it's almost like these warmongering dictators were stopping people from fucking murdering each other and being petty. It's weird, isn't it? Since then, it's essentially gone quite tribal. There are various different tribes. There seems to be these two main ones. Now, men from the, I'm going to butcher this, Aulad Suleiman tribe retaliated to the monkey pulling off the headscarf by killing 3 people from the Gaddafi tribe. And as the news article put it, as well as the monkey.
Not the monkey.
Yeah, and it's what's really weird maybe about that particular part of the world. It eventually escalated to the point that tanks and mortars were used. If the corner shop owner's kid, because we're not allowed to keep monkeys over here, were to, pull off my gloves, I'm not going to come back the next day and petrol bomb the place. How do you even get access to tanks and mortars?
They're in Libya.
Where do you keep the keys? How do you hang that on a hook?
How big do you think the key is for a tank?
It's
probably about the same size as a car key, because otherwise...
I prefer to imagine it's the size of one of those novelty dairy milks at like 650 grams to a kilo.
I thought you were going to say like the size of a desk. You just put that in the slot and try and twist that around.
And ultimately, what I hoped for was that at the end of the piece, they would have just ended it with, and you thought Harambe caused some shit.
Oh my goodness.
But they didn't. What also annoyed me was they never actually mentioned what the monkey species was. I feel like it might have been.
Do you feel that's a code?
I feel it could have been. It could have been salient. Yeah, if it was a capuchin monkey, you could have been like, oh well, no, it does that, doesn't it? But if it was like, I know they're not counted as a monkey, but I don't know if I trust Reuters' ability to determine the species and genus. But if it was like an orangutan, then maybe it's a little bit more like, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, morally, the orangutan should have known better.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I just wanted to, nearly 5 minutes to that. Wow, we motored through that one. Okay. Change places. Our next topic, whatever's preferable. Oh, actually, one other thing I was going to say before you. Now, I like wrestling. You don't. that's just the thing. However, wrestling is basically the same as any other kind of, tale told, good versus evil. Now, you obviously you're a thespian, you do acting, and you like video games and stuff. So, imagine this. You get a story wherein for about at least 1 month, you're building up to a fight which kind of is based around good and evil.
Are you trying to sneak some wrestling into this?
A little bit. It is just basically to just imagine that you're me in this situation, how annoyed you'd feel. You're building this thing up for 4 weeks, or in video game terms, say 4 hours or whatever. The majority of the story. You build it up. You've seen this clash before and it ended in a way that you weren't happy with, but now it's the second coming. Like, this is it. This is the way to make things right. Good and evil are going to fight again, and it's going to be an outcome that you can be happy with. And then in the end, it's all built up. The lead up to it is great. Like, you get the intro scene into it. It's really it builds up this meeting, which is going to be fantastic, and then it takes 1 minute and 26 seconds for you to kill the main boss bad guy, and it's the end of the game. Or in acting terms, you've got to the end of the play, and then all you've done is just someone's kicked a guy off the building without any build up to the fight. So
did it end the way you wanted it to this time?
In a way, yes, but
so the right guy won, but not the right way.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Okay.
Like, it was the right guy won. The end result was anticlimactic.
Do you feel cheated?
Yes and no. Like, it is that thing. It's like, I looked at it from the point of view of, you've had all this build up to shoot your wad in 1 minute 26 seconds. Like, literally, if you compare it to sex, it's basically like the horrible losing your virginity side of things. It's just like, oh, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna have sex. I'm gonna have sex. Oh, she said in a month's time I'm gonna have sex. It's gonna be brilliant. It's gonna be great. Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna finally have sex. Oh, I'm in it. Oh, come.
Sure.
Yep.
Yep.
And that will be probably the last time I try and bring anything wrestling related into this. Now I've seen it's gone over like a particularly damp fart in church.
It's just because I don't know what the names of these people.
It's why I tried to put it in terms that you might,
I get the whole disappointment with the build up, but then I think we've been there before with many things, like the whole anticipation and build up of, well, let's say the American election. It's gonna go well. It's gonna. Oh, it didn't go well. Yeah. It didn't go well.
See, what I was going to compare it to was, although I've not played the game, was BioShock, which is obviously like a legendarily amazing game, which apparently has a terrible end boss because it's just over too easily. It's too simple to just do. Or Fable 2, which is also a very good game, where in the end, it's literally a point blank shot which kills the bad guy at the end, and you just think, oh, well, I've wasted 20 hours of my life.
All that time doing fetch quests for villagers. I must have 40 chickens, and you go and get 40 chickens. You come back, here's a nickel,
and then just shaking your fist vainly at the wall and going, Molyneux!
I think we do that for most of his games anyway.
Molyneux! Next topic.
Next topic. I was expecting us to take more time with the first couple, to be honest.
Okay. If you've not brought more, we can go back.
We'll have this as a looping podcast, so that people can just listen from the beginning, get to the end, and by the time we get to the end, we'll have actually gone back to the beginning topics.
Yeah.
What did we start out with? We started out with
Trump
defending his delicate little pence flag.
Oh yeah, and that was right. Okay, meander.
Let's meander back to
meander. Funny, isn't it? So the calmest one in the whole situation was Mike Pence, who was just like, meh, it's all good.
My favourite thing he said was when he was being interviewed like the day after or something. And he was talking about how when he walked into the theatre, he got some cheers and a few boos, and he just nudged his kids and said, "Look, this is what freedom sounds like.
Yeah,
the opportunity for you to boo a politician it should be respected." And I think that's the bit that Donald Trump doesn't like. Like, oh, you're not allowed to say things I don't agree with. Wait, actually, it's right there in the Constitution. I am. Yeah. And as the member of the government, you don't have the right to stop me.
If only he could be so tolerant of the LGBT community. Oh, sorry, LGBTQ XYZ. And just, anyone who's not a straight white male, if only he was that tolerant to everybody else. Just being like, what's that? You're gender fluid and maybe want to choose which bathroom you go in. That's perfectly fine. Imagine if this ultra right wing Christian was perhaps Christ-like. Nah, that's not what Christianity is about.
Accepting of people and outcasts?
Yeah, that's not what Christianity is about, really.
Those on the edges of society that he embraced. Nah, that's not gonna happen.
Nah, I see you in your fucking poly cotton blend. Pence. We've not forgotten. Leviticus. Yeah, you can not lie with a man, and you can also stop wearing that fucking Angora and cashmere, mixing them two up. I don't think so. Not today, Pence. Not today.
Okay, so I think we've covered Pence in a slightly creepy manner. What was the next one? We're talking about...
Oh, something you discovered, which was the transcribing thing.
Oh, transcribing is great.
If you do get the chance and you think, actually, I'd quite like to tolerate listening to these two humans again, which that says more about you than... Yeah.
Then if you want to tolerate this again, then you should probably seek help.
Yeah, but if you click on the bit which, next to the share bit, which you should also click and share everywhere, and like us and subscribe to us, please, because... we both want to quit our jobs and live on YouTube money.
This is the only form of validation we have.
Yeah.
It's the increasing numbers of likes and shares.
Yeah, please tell us we're funny, please.
Or at least that you tolerate us.
Please tell us we're better than Emma Blackery. If we do jump cuts, will we be funny? Please.
I dare you to put a jump cut in there.
I do, one day when we get video, I'm just going to do it.
An audio jump cut.
Yeah. And,
that's what I want.
Just it's going to be a soundless podcast, and all you'll see on YouTube is just all the jump cuts of us just going...
Have you seen that mega mix on... There is one on YouTube of all of Donald Trump's sniffs and snorts from the debates.
I know of it. I have not seen it.
It's fantastic.
Oh.
It's very, very creepy and unsettling. Because... after 10 or 20 seconds, you get the joke. It goes on for 5 minutes. It goes on for 10 minutes. You're like, what the hell? Spiraling deeper into insanity.
My favourite sound thing on YouTube is just the collection of James Hetfield's Yes from Metallica songs. It is just about 10 to 15 minutes of just yeah. It's oh, look at them spikes. They're fun. If you are listening through your earphones...
we don't apologise too much.
Well, I was going to say Sozard, so that's the best you're getting out of me is mid-aughts terminology. Yeah. Right. Transcribing. Going back to that.
Oh, yeah.
Next to the share bit, there's a bit that says more, and the second bit in there, transcribed in it reminded me very much of MSN Messenger, the way it'd filter down and give you a breakdown sort of second by second almost.
Yeah, it tries to guess what we're saying. And this week is probably going to be kind of funny, but last week's was great.
Yeah, so by all means go back to last week and watch that more. And
watch it with transcribing on. In fact, we should recommend that at the beginning of each one we do.
Yes.
Turn on transcribing now.
Yeah.
For a better experience.
Yeah. I'm going to put that in before the glorious beginning. I'm maybe just going to have a little bit that we'll record which just says turn on transcribing now.
It should be done in that kind of, I don't know, really close to turn on transcribing now.
Yeah, I think you'll all really enjoy it, but mainly because Mike Pence apparently mainly comes up as my penis.
My pants.
Oh,
Mike Pence.
No, sorry, my penis was what I was hoping it would come up as.
Something else on his mind today.
Yeah. I always think about my penis coming up. Anyway, come on, 6 minutes.
No, I was just going to leave that silence. No. That whole silence. After that joke about your penis
that was going to be the jump cut
for the next 6 minutes.
That's going to be the jump cut.
Audio jump cut.
Yeah.
Cricket noise.
Do you have Twitter?
I have been known to tweet.
Do you think if maybe we at Emma Blackery, do you think she'll follow us? Do you think she'll
I have literally no idea who that person is.
Emma Blackery is a YouTube sensation who...
Was that the audio air quotes again?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, she's got millions of followers. We have 3. And one of them's me. Because, you know...
You've got to follow yourself.
Exactly. It's like when a bus girl put a few pennies in their own guitar case.
To encourage other people to join in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like,
I like it.
If I start, maybe there'll be an avalanche, a cascade of other followers. Hint. But she's a woman. That'd be, you know, she may be...
Good work.
Yep, you know, I recognise she has breasts, a vagina, and she recognises herself as predominantly female. I'm going to go with woman. Who... I guess she started out as a vlogger, and it kind of grew from there. She's done really well for herself. Good on her. She does just get a lot of criticism because she's a woman on the internet, so that immediately opens you up for criticism.
The first
like,
step, yeah.
Whoa. A, you're trying to be funny. B, you're a woman. C, you're on the internet. D, you're doing jump cuts. You are everything I despise and hate, but I'm going to follow you and comment on all your videos because you're a woman and I find you attractive. So, if we say we're women, do you think that'll get some likes and shares?
Do you identify yourself as a woman?
Can do.
Good enough for me.
Yeah. Funny equals money. Woman equals... Mum. Mum. Yeah. Woman equals Mumra. Arch enemy of the Thundercats. We've all been there.
What to the arch enemy of the Thundercats?
Yeah. We've all been a Mumra's pyramid. We've all... Oh, there's going to be people who are too young to remember Mumra. Jesus Christ.
Surely they're rebooting it as a film at some point.
They rebooted it as a TV series that lasted for 1 season.
That's not a reboot, that's a flop.
Yeah. Although, weirdly, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, their cartoon, I say cartoon, it's CGI, but, like, pretty friggin' decent. Like, Seth Green's in it, and it's been going for a few series, and it is really good.
Yeah, but have you seen what they did to the films?
We ignore the films. I saw the first one.
Why?
I have a thing where I have to watch bad movies, because I need to know exactly why people's hate is focused so I can understand it. I've not seen the second one, but I saw that first one. I've seen the Hercules movie with The Rock in. Whoo! I saw the Clash of the Titans remake.
Hang on, did you pay to see this shit?
No. When I worked at
a retailer, you bought
glorious
DVD, right?
Glorious second-hand retailer where I could borrow films regularly. That was just what I love doing. Just getting bad movies, watching them, and just thinking this is fucking shit. I hate everything.
And then taking it back in and it's going, did you enjoy the movie? No. It was great.
That's just it. It's being informed. So when you get someone who's trying to buy it, you go, you know this is terrible. Like I always used to do with Duke Nukem Forever. Unless if it was under £3, then I'd let it slide. If it was over, I'd go, you're paying over £3 for this. This is a terrible game. I'll admit this now, I'm not working there. I drove away sales.
This is why you don't work in sales anymore.
Yeah.
Because you can't make a sale.
Well, it's like that Dead Island Riptide that came with a disembodied, dismembered. Dismembered, that's the word.
Dismembered
body,
torso.
bikinied body.
Yeah.
And someone pointed out and said, "Oh, what's that?" And I said what it was, and she's like, "Oh, right, is it any good?" And I just said, "Oh, well, yeah, if you want to put it on your dining table and, you know, maybe have your mum round to look at it."
It's a conversation starter.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. And I got told off for putting someone off possibly buying that. It's a dismembered torso with a game in it that's wearing a Union Jack bikini. Even a UKIP member ain't gonna buy that.
We could talk more politics. UKIP are having a leadership race.
Oh,
I kind of love and hate UKIP. My love for them is that they're trying so hard, bless them.
Yeah, like they were almost being progressive. They let a woman lead and then drove her away.
Drove her away within 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nigel Farage, old
Melty face.
Yeah, I'm going to be careful how I say this, but some people call him Niggity Friggity.
His name is Farage.
Yeah, to rhyme with garage.
Rhymes with garage.
Unless, of course, like, you know, you're not as fancy as you guys and you call it a car hold, in which case he's Nigel Farhold.
Carhold. Close. Nigel Carhold.
Simpsons fans will understand some of the things I've been saying. That's nice, isn't it? Maybe I'll send it into Simpsons
Popular
Facebook pages, and that'll be nice. Yeah, for any foreigners, all those Johnny foreigners that might be listening, UKIP is who Nigel Farage leads and who doesn't get any real votes. Think of them... well, I suppose you'd say, like, Tories are the Republicans. Labour were the Democrats, but they're not really like that anymore. But they're the most comparable. Liberal Democrats would be... Oh, no, I wouldn't even say the Libertarians. In terms of kind of popularity, they're probably Libertarians. And I guess UKIP, in terms of popularity, would be akin to the Green Party over in America. Maybe, if you're looking at kind of percentage share of votes and stuff. Pretty right wing, pretty far right wing. Not as far right.
Not as far right wing as some of Donald Trump's supporters who are meeting in New York, in DC this weekend. But, but they're pretty far right. Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you were having people who voted for you that are organising meetings and using the words "Hail Trump," and giving the salute,
maybe rethink everything you've ever said and done, and try and bring these.
Oh no! Don't worry. He distances himself from these people. He doesn't welcome their support, except for when he gets them elected.
Well, yes, exactly. You know, you can distance yourself away from them all you want.
They still want to hug you.
Yeah, they still love you.
And hump your legs. They want to have your tiny hands all over their nubile young bodies.
Oh God, I just reminded of that image of like the woman, the larger woman, because you have the right to be fat, and you know. Also, the doctor has the right to say you're too fat, stop eating. I'm sorry, but people who get offended at the doctor saying, "Oh, maybe cut down on the burgers, love." No, you've no right to be offended. You're fat. Some people, very small minority, very small. Yes, it can be things like glandular things that affect you, but honestly, most of the time, you're just not. Your calorific output does not exceed your input. Ergo, you know, bad things are happening.
So, go on, where are you going with this?
Meander.
You're meandering. You're meandering because I wanted to meander back to
UKIP.
There you go. This is why I wanted to talk about UKIP. Okay?
Right.
We get to. You can talk about fat chicks in a sec. First off.
Oh wait, sorry. Yeah. Larger woman with the thing that said Trump can grab this arrow pointing down her vagina. Carry on.
He probably wouldn't though because his hands are too. They wouldn't be able.
She wasn't a 10, so he wouldn't have.
He wouldn't have.
He only grabs 10s, which the woman who he grabbed wasn't, or wanted to grab wasn't. So he didn't say it. I don't know. Carry on. UKIP.
UKIP. They are having a leadership kind of race. In inverted commas again.
It's always a white race, I've noticed.
There are two people who are female.
Oh.
And there's also one who is of Asian descent.
Yeah, and he's trying to bring it kind of sort of in line, isn't he? He's like, let's
be a bit more moderate.
Yeah, let's curb some of this. Like we like almost.
Hey guys, curb your enthusiasm.
Yeah. It is that thing of like, it's like when the BNP say, well, we're just against radical Islam. Well, stop beating up moderate Muslims then. You know, being against radical Islam, that's cool and groovy. Like, moderate Muslims are against radical Islam.
Yeah, they should be on your side.
Yeah. The only kind of radical Islam I like is when there's a mufti on a surfboard. That's radical Islam I can get along with.
There's a picture there, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh man, if I type in a Google mufti on a surfboard, I want to know what I want to find.
You're going to find some interesting pictures. So there are like 8 people who are in the running.
Yeah.
None of them are their one elected MP. So this is a party that has one representative in the Houses of Parliament.
Yeah.
And he's not interested in being the leader of that party.
That sums up British politics in a nutshell, really, doesn't it? Like, where America has the big, grandiose, Like, oh my God, it's Hitler or our first woman president. Over here, we just have.
Do I have to?
Do I have to vote? For fuck's sake! Oh.
I'm already in Parliament. I don't want to lead the party as well.
Oh, God's sake! Fucking hell!
Nigel, why can't you come back and do it? Nigel, stop playing with your cool new American friends.
Nigel. Oh, Nigel. Is something wrong with his hands? Is he a bit? You know. You know. Is he a bit? You know, Thalidomide.
What?
You know, just thalidomide babies with the tiny arms.
Oh,
you know,
right.
Yeah. But he's just had a very small dose.
Yeah.
He's just.
His mum had morning sickness, but not very much.
Yeah, she was just
which is understandable because she had the devil spawn in her womb.
Well, exactly. Like she was vomiting green and her head was twisting round.
So, maybe I should take something for this.
You think thalidomide babies and devil spawn are probably the best place to end this?
What better place could there be?
Indeed. 36 minutes. I hope this is a little bit more listenable for you. Please do like, share, subscribe. Send all your questions to meanderthalic@gmail.com. Or hey, like us on the Facebook, so you can send a message there too. Advertising. And just...
We don't have advertising.
Yeah, I know, but if we get the YouTube monies, we can pay the charges of what other people have paid for $3 per month to boost the page. Thanks, Facebook admin. Yeah, if you look at the page, it's like other users have boosted their views by paying just $3 a month. Well, that's all well and good, but I live in the UK, and frankly, the pound's not doing well against the dollar. I don't want to pay $3 a month. Yeah, but ultimately, all we'd like to say is that just remember, whether you're Donald Trump or you're some hobo out on the street who's not even listening to this, hopefully, come on, you've got better things to do with your life. Nobody gives a fuck who you are. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.